In 1894, a young man forgot a pot of boiled wheat on a stove overnight. Too tired, he rolled it flat anyway and put it in the oven. What came out changed what a billion people eat for breakfast every single morning. Will Kellogg was not trying to change the world. He was just trying to survive it. Born into a strict religious family in Battle Creek, Michigan, he worked 18-hour days as a business manager at his brother's sanitarium, a health retreat for wealthy Americans. His brother, John Harvey Kellogg, was a doctor obsessed with healthy eating. No meat, no alcohol, no flavor. Patients ate bland food morning, noon, and night. Will's job was to make it slightly less miserable. In 1894, the brothers tried to create a soft wheat bread substitute for patients with bad teeth. They boiled wheat and ran it through rollers to create a thin, flat sheet. One night, Will left a batch out by mistake. He was exhausted and forgot about it. The next morning, the wheat had gone stale and dried out. Any sensible person would have thrown it away. But Will couldn't afford to waste food. He ran it through the rollers anyway. Instead of one thin sheet, the wheat separated into individual flakes. Light, crispy, each grain its own flake. Will and John baked them, then tasted them. They were surprisingly good. The patients loved them. The brothers had accidentally invented the world's first breakfast cereal. Neither had any idea what they had just created. But here's where the story gets complicated. Will saw something his brother didn't. This was a product. He wanted to add sugar to make it taste better and sell it commercially. John refused, believing sugar was dangerous. They argued bitterly for years. Their relationship never recovered. Will had spent his entire life working for his older brother for almost nothing. He was 46 years old with no savings. In 1906, he finally walked away and founded the Battle Creek Toasted Corn Flake Company with his life savings.
He added sugar. He changed the grain from wheat to corn.
He printed his signature on every box as a guarantee of quality. The signature that is still on every Kellogg's box sold today. Then he did something nobody in food had ever done before. He spent every dollar he had on advertising. He took out a full-page advertisement in Ladies' Home Journal, one of the most read magazines in America. He ran a campaign offering a free sample box to any housewife who convinced her grocer to stock it. Orders flooded in. Within a year, he was producing 4,000 cases a day. Within a decade, Kellogg's was one of the most recognized brands. What makes a cornflake? It is almost insultingly simple. Corn kernels are stripped of their outer layer and cooked under pressure with water and flavoring until soft. The cooked corn is then dried partially and run through massive steel rollers that flatten each piece into a thin flake. The flakes are then toasted in giant ovens at high temperature until they turn golden and crispy. The toasting creates the flavor through a chemical process called the Maillard reaction, the same reaction that browns bread. It is the same accidental discovery Will Kellogg made in 1894, just scaled up to millions of flakes per hour. John Harvey Kellogg spent the rest of his life furious at his younger brother. He sued Will multiple times, trying to stop him using the Kellogg name commercially. He lost every case. Will became one of the wealthiest men in America. John died believing his brother had betrayed everything they had worked for. Will Kellogg gave away most of his fortune before he died. He funded schools, research institutions, and organizations for blind children. He said his greatest regret was that he had spent the first half of his life working for others and almost missed his chance entirely. He was 46 years old when he started. A forgotten pot of wheat made him one of the most influential men in food history. From inside everything, every object around you has a story. New video every week. Subscribe and see what's inside everything.